All right, guys, in this video, we're going to talk about how to properly recruit top talent, top tradespeople to help you grow your service business, all right? So, first thing, mindset. Mindset is everything in this, and I'm going to tell you why, all right? A lot of contractors that I talk to and I see posting in a lot of these online groups, the mindset is, hey, I'm offering this job and nobody wants to come work for me. Nobody wants to work anymore, right? And that's simply not the case. Why? Because I guarantee you in your market, 5-10 miles down the road, there is a company that's doing maybe $10 million a year doing the exact same thing you're doing, and they have no problem hiring people, all right? That's how I know that people like to work. Now, with mindset, you want to make sure that you view so it's in the 1950s, maybe you put a job out there, you put an offer, and okay, people would flood in and want to come work for you, right? It is 2021. There are so many amazing companies out there that in order to hire people and train them and, be able to recruit people with relative ease, you have to be a salesperson. The same way you treat your leads in your marketing, you need to have provided you treat them well, right? You need to have a lead list of potential employees. You need to have people to call. You need to be planting seeds and building those relationships. So the hiring process is now a sales process. It is you are selling you are selling your business, you are selling your culture, you are selling your vision. And if you don't have the vision and culture and you know where you're going already, stop watching this video, go figure that out first. Figure out what you want to do, where you're going, what your values are, and then come back to the hiring video. Because if you don't have that, people are not going to work for you. I'm sorry, it's just how it is. So number one, mindset, it is a sales game, okay? Step number two, advertising and branding. So there's a few places you can go online, obviously, to recruit. You can go to ZipRecruiter, you can go to Indeed, you can go to Monster, you can advertise on Facebook, you can search for people on LinkedIn and add them, and then be posting every day about how great your company is. There are so many different tools and channels. So if you're having trouble hiring, I would ask you, are you fully taking advantage of it? Have you taken the effort to go and Google what are the top places to advertise to hire people, right? Have you tried working with a recruiting company? And then what message are you putting out there? Is it just a boring, need someone with 10 years of experience to do X, Y, and Z, here's the pay? Or is it like, hey, this is what our company is doing, we're so proud of X, Y, and Z, and we need an amazing, talented person to come on board, or a high quality, like someone with a great attitude, positive person to come on board, and we want to train you and show you how to do this. And keep in mind, if you've done all this and all the marketing and advertising, and you've put out there that you are looking for new employees, but you haven't had much luck with it, the market is telling you something, okay? And a lot of times what the market would be telling you is that they're seeing better offers somewhere else. So maybe in some cases you'd need to offer a sign-on bonus, maybe you need to pay more. And if you can't do it, then guess what? The market's telling you something else. And the other thing it's telling you is that you need to either specialize or you need to charge more, okay? If you specialize, you have a more narrow focus for your employees. It's easier to train them, so you can pay them less for starters. And if you charge more, then you can afford to pay more for more experienced people, right? So you either need to specialize or charge more. Listen to what the market is telling you. If you've already gone through everything I just mentioned and you still can't hire people, you have to charge more. You have to pay more, or you have to offer some kind of huge incentive, sign-on bonus, something like that, okay? So, onboarding. All right, so a lot of times when a new company hires someone, they kind of leave that person they're so excited in the interview process. The person starts oh, I didn't know you were starting today. Okay, go do this little thing for a while. And then, you get busy doing something else and the person is sitting there okay, I'm working on this thing and I'm done with that, and oh, well, what else do I do, right? They should not have to keep coming back to you and asking what to do, right? You should have it clearly laid out for them that this is what, this is your job. You should have someone training them. You should be treating them like absolute royalty when they show up. Hey, we're so excited to have you. This is what we're going to be working on today. This is what we're going to do tomorrow. Let's rock and roll, right? We're so excited to have you here. Have your other team members mail them a welcome letter, right? Have everybody send them an email and welcome them to the team. Treat new members like royalty. And the reason I say that is because I worked for a construction company when I was younger. And basically, at that time, they didn't have the proper training. And so literally I was going in to do this drywall job, and they handed me like some drywall mud and you know, what's it called? The thing that you put the drywall mud on with. Drywall knife. They handed me a drywall knife and they handed me the mud, and they were like, okay, we'll do this corners over here. Here's how you do it really quick. And they left me by myself. I had never done drywall finishing before. And so that was not a great first experience. But other than that, like, I was the model employee. I showed up on time, you know, I was clean, I didn't stink, I didn't smoke, any of that stuff. Showed up on time, did a great job, and I quit within 4 months because I didn't feel like I was getting the proper training to be able to excel. I felt the pressure to excel and the pressure to get faster and better and higher quality, but I didn't feel like I was receiving the proper training and the proper outlet to be able to do that. So I was a model employee, I quit within 4 months, and I went to work at McDonald's. I got paid less, but there was a system and a rhythm that I was used to, and it was good, right? So anyway, so onboarding, treat them like royalty, okay? If you can do these 3 things, then you will be able to hire people, okay? It's not that complicated. And back to the advertising and branding, like making people excited about working for your company, what I see a local company doing here is that every time they hire a new person, they take their picture and they celebrate them. They celebrate them on their website. They run a paid ad on Facebook saying, hey, we just hired so-and-so, here's his background, we're so excited to have him on the team, okay? So what message is that sending to anyone else who would potentially want to work with you? The message it's sending is, wow, this company really likes its employees, right? So that's great. Another thing I'll mention too here is specialization, all right? So if you hire employees and your business, quote unquote, specializes in like 20 different things, it is going to take 20 times as long to train the employees, all right? It's just basic math, because their focus is gonna be split between 20 things. So just like you as the business owner, they're gonna have to develop the skill of researching the project, knowing how to hire the right subs, knowing how to kind of, you know, navigate each new different type of project. Or if they can't do that, the business is going to stay dependent on you forever, all right? So if you specialize and you do one thing really well, like let's say bathrooms or kitchens or basements, right? You do one thing really well and you do that one thing over and over and over again, then when you hire people, you can take them through a system of checklists and here's the process to do this. And you train them on that one thing and you retrain them on that one thing and you retrain and they learn all the caveats of that one thing. Then you can train someone in a matter of months instead of it taking, you know, 10 years and then they quit and go work for someone else, right? So specializing helps, okay? So hopefully you learned something from this video. If you agree, disagree with anything I said, comment below. I'm curious what you thought, and I'll see you in the next video.